Every month for Stamps in the Mail Club, we do 3 cards and something that's not a card. So this is the not a card project for August of 2013, and it's a cute little pouch, and when you open it up, inside there is a bookmark. So this would stick through your book, and there's the end of our tale. I love this project. I saw it at the Stampin' Up! Convention this summer in Salt Lake City, and I couldn't wait to share it. So it is included with Stamps in the Mail Club, and so I'm going to pull out my packet of goodies, and this all comes to you in the mail. And go ahead, and I'll show you the cardstock part first. So you'll have either a pumpkin pie or a daffodil delight piece. And this is from the Designer Series pattern paper, and you're going to cut off about that much, so half an inch or so on the side, and then you're going to take this and you want to bend the cardstock fibers a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up. And do you see how as I do that, my cardstock is, my paper is getting a bend to it? What that's going to do is it's going to make it easier for us to go ahead and make our pouch shape. Okay, so sticky strip is your friend here. Sticky strip is hard to beat for a really strong bond, for something that is going to kind of push against it. And with the paper wants to be unbent. It wants to be flat. So sticky strip is the best bet to hold this in place. Alright, so I put this on the back side. The harder you push, the easier it is to get the red backing paper off. And so I'm going to peel off the backing there. And then I'm going to bring this around. I find it's easiest to set it down on the table and match up the bottom end first. So I'm going to bring this, and then keep your cardstock pretty well aligned. There you go. Okay, and then you can go ahead and put your Stampin' Right marker inside and use that. See how I'm using it as a backing so that I can kind of push on it. There you go. All right, and so there's our pouch. And the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and close this. And all you do is pinch it and bring this down. And I close my pouches. You may not want to close it yet if you aren't ready to give it, but I close my pouches with a Stampin' Dimensional because the Stampin' Dimensional is a good bond. It'll hold it together, but when you want to open it, when you pull on it, it'll rip the dimensional and not the paper. So there is my hint for you there. Okay, so there's our card pouch, and that was a 6x6 inch square of Designer Series paper that we're starting with. So, all right, the next thing we need to do is make our embellishments. So here is my package of goodies for the Stamps in the Mail Club project. And there is my ribbon background, but we're going to do the outside part of our card first. So if you want to, actually, you can do your stamping on both of your circles here at the same time. And for that, I'm going to use the background stamp here in Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to stamp it here kind of towards the top and side of each of these. And then I'm going to do the layer here in Pumpkin Pie and throw that on there. And as always, this is a great two-step stamp set because it's very forgiving. It doesn't matter if you don't get them exactly on. And then I'm going to use my marker to go ahead and ink just I don't need a ton of it, just the top part of my stem. So I can stamp a stem here for each of these. And the markers are included in Stamps in the Mail Club kit. If you already have them, though, you can switch for something else. That's no problem. And then we're going to go ahead and layer this, because I love Stampin' Dimensionals, onto the pre-punched scallop circle that is Pumpkin Pie. And you see how, okay, here, I'll show you a trick. With the Stampin' Up! Colors, the cardstock and the ink match. And so this is pretty, but when you put that paper behind it, look at how it makes that orange just jump off the page. It's really a neat thing to have your designer paper and your cardstock and your markers and your embellishments all match. It really makes your projects come together and look fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and string my 2 buttons, one for the inside bookmark and one for the outside. So we'll kind of skip over this part. I'm sure you know how to string buttons. And through the magic of television, I have that done. Now I'm going to show you a trick with this silver ribbon. This gorgeous silver ribbon is in the holiday catalog, so you'll want to check it out for sure. I'm going to start and kind of picture this as a bow about this wide. I'm going to start with my edge in the middle, and I'm going to just pinch that right in the center and bring my ribbon back and forth like this so that I have kind of a cool bow there. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer. Let's see. Since I have some ribbon left over, I might as well use the whole length. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. Okay, see how we have that all looped? Oh, make sure you pinch both ends. And then I'm going to take a piece of sticky strip. I know you weren't probably expecting that. It's not usually part of bow making, but I'm going to take a little piece of sticky strip and I'm going to wrap it around so that I catch all those ends in there. Okay. Now you can't wrap it all the way around because you got to peel the backing off of it before you can peel all of it off. So remember what I said before, the harder you push it down, the easier it is to get the backing off. And I meant it too. There we go. Okay, so now I have a piece of loose sticky strip. It's out here. And then I'm going to go ahead and bend that around so that I've made a little sticky strip bow. Okay? See how that works? And it's all stuck to my hand. Then I'm going to stick it on the back of my vintage faceted button here. Okay? And then since it's still sticky on the back, when I want to stick it down on my flower piece, all I have to do is mash that on there, and there is our embellishment ready to go. And it just looks perfect, right? Like it was made. Huh, funny thing. Just for the front. Now it's tempting to want to put this on here, but it works much better to go ahead and put your poppy-uppy thing down there and then stick this way. That way you know that you got it stuck in the right place. So now your box opens like this. And see what I told you about ripping that dimensional. That's perfect because that's what you want to tear, not your pretty paper. All right, now we need to do our bookmark. So go ahead and grab your ribbon here, and you're going to cut one end at an arch, and you're going to cut the other end with a V. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and mount our pieces together. So I have a button here with a Stampin' dimensional on the back of it, and this is not a dimensional, a glue dot. I forgot to stamp first. I'm getting so excited to put it together. So the greeting I need is from Two Kind. It's the sending good thoughts your way. It's kind of a nice sentiment, don't you think, for somebody who's getting ready to open their book and see the sending good thoughts sign. Let's see. I might flip it over and stamp it one more time. There we go. I like that placement better. All right, so you want to stamp it kind of to one side so that you have a place for your button to stick on. And you notice that I pulled the tails really tight on this button as opposed to this one. You want to make your tails in size to correspond with your scale of your project. So the scale of this one's just a little smaller. And I'm going to take a Stampin' dimensional and stick it on the end of my glimmer paper banner here and kind of set that off to the side. And then I'm going to put another Stampin' dimensional on because I said I love them and because it fits. And stick this on the back here so that I can tuck this here onto our flower piece that we've stamped. And then Stampin' dimensionals again. I'm going to put two of them here, sort of 1, 2 in line, and stick down our banner piece. So there is our cute bookmark to get tucked inside your gift box, and that is the non-card wow project for Stamps in the Mail Club this month. If you're interested in Stamps in the Mail Club, you can get details from my website and my blog, and I look forward to stamping with you by mail. Thanks so much for watching.